Woodcraft is more than just a hobby in this Brussels workshop. It's a skill for life. Many of those attending this vocational school were referred here, branded as problem cases too hard to handle. A growing number of students are of Roma origin, hoping for a way out of poverty and a chance of a job. But the results are still just a drop in the ocean, says vocational school program coordinator Stefano Iannuzzi.
I feel that there is something moving, but not enough. I'm sure not enough for the moment. That's why we also have a lot of students waiting to come here. And in fact, the wish is that they wouldn't have to come here, and they could go to schools with real diplomas and degrees.
There are an estimated 10 million Roma in the European Union, living in nearly all 27 member countries. Some 6,000 Roma from Eastern Europe live in Brussels. They hold EU citizenship, but most exist in legal limbo. Because of labour restrictions on new member states, they do not have an automatic right to live and work in Belgium, as do citizens from other EU countries.
It's illegal to work for them. They don't have allowances or something. They don't have sustain from the society, so they have to survive. So they're really living with a logic of surviving. And in this logic, it's very short-term directed. It's not long-term like a school. It's very long-term. It's for after 6 or 12 years.
Kern Gertz is program coordinator of a non-profit organization called Foyer that works with the Roma. Part of its mission is to persuade Roma families to get their children off the streets and enrolled in school. Involving the parents has been key, says Gertz.
The schools, they really recognize that the presence of the parents in the school, in these kind of school meetings, it was really increased very well. We had even meetings with more than 20 parents, for instance, where before the project there were 0 or just 1 or 2 parents at the meeting.
Foyer employs school mediators such as Florin Montean, who are themselves Roma, to act as a liaison between the Roma families and the schools. He says life without education or a job is no life at all.
A person that is hunched over in the metro is not doing that for pleasure. He does that because he has no choice. He has no means to live, no way of paying for his electricity, and he lives with a fear that his landlord would throw him into the street. There's also the risk here that he'll be sent back to Romania.
Aurel Rostas says he narrowly escaped that fate, thanks to Florin Montean. Just 15 when his mother died, Rostas left his village in rural Romania to forge a new life in Brussels. Now, 3 years later, he has a job and shares an apartment with his sister Aurelia. Rostas says there are plenty of things about his old life he would rather forget.
I want to forget the fact that in Romania I had nothing to eat for the next day. I didn't have clothes or shoes or anything like that, or money. But now I'm here in Belgium, I am okay. I found a job, I am fine, I have clothes, I work hard.
The European Commission, which recently held the first ever EU Roma summit, has renewed its commitment to fight discrimination against the Roma. But it is at the local level, non-profit groups say, where the funding is most needed to make a difference, one child at a time. In Brussels, Nina Maria Potts for VOA News.